Hey, I am Paulina on the Finnish Path. Welcome to my weekly reading, good advice for the week to come. I'm reading for next week, this coming week, so it is Sunday today, Sunday the 7th. So I'm reading for Monday the 8th through to Sunday 14th. And we are now firmly in July. And my baby, my puppy, she's awake now, and she's actually under my table playing with some toy of hers. So we'll see if you get a glimpse of her today. We'll see. Okay, but I'll get down to business, and I'll tilt the camera down so that you can see me do the draw. Just a moment. That was her. Here we are. Here is my beautiful Pam's Vintage Tarot. If you are interested in this deck, I've made an interview with this deck and you can find it in my blog. And through there you can find a link to the creator's page. The creator is Irene from My Lucky Card. So, I will be drawing 3 cards for the coming week. The first card is Stop. That's something we need to stop doing this coming week. And the second card is Start. That's something we need to start doing this coming week. And the third card is Continue. That's something we have started earlier, and we need to continue with it. My deck is pre-shuffled, so we are good to go. Right. First card is Stop. Ah, okay. This is 2 of Swords. The second card is Start. Ooh. Cool. This is the Devil. And the third card is Continue. Ah. This is 4 of Wands. Okay. That's interesting. I'll just move my deck so that you can see properly. Here are the cards. So we got 2 minor arcana cards. Both are quite low numbers. This is number 2 and this is number 4. And then we have the Devil. This is a major arcana card. This is in start position. So we need to concentrate really heavily on this. But let's look at the cards one by one. Here we go. 2 of Swords. 2s are about duality in general. 2 things, either clashing or needing to be united in some way. Also about choices, making choices. And looking at this particular card, it's kind of obvious that this person is of 2 minds. Swords are about the mind. They are about thought and intellect. Also about communication, by the way. And this person is of 2 minds. They have 2 swords and they are not quite certain which one to use. They are also blindfolded. So they can't see what is happening around them. Well, this is the way life often is. We have to make our choices when we don't actually have any way of knowing if it is going to be the right choice or a wrong choice. Now, the thing here is that there is actually no such thing as a right choice or a wrong choice. There are only choices, and then we have to live with the choice. And that's how our life then goes forward. So it's not really about right or wrong. It can be about what is beneficial and what is not beneficial to us. But often we don't know that either. We have no way of knowing if the choice we make is going to benefit us or if it is going to make our life more difficult in the future. And this is something we need to accept. We need to stop second guessing ourselves. We do need to trust our gut instinct about our choices this coming week and stop trying to rationalize everything. We need to stop trying to find, intellectually in our thoughts, in our reason, find the right choice. Because we are not going to find it. We are blindfolded here. So we need to trust our intuition, our gut feeling. And we do need to make the choice. We need to choose which way we are going to go. And then we will deal with it later, whether it was beneficial or not. So it's not always about the head. We can't always rationalize everything. Okay. Boldly forward. And then this dude here, the devil. Well, now, he looks scary. And the situation here seems like he has captured these two people and they are chained to the pole. And then the devil is watching over them so that these two people are captives. Well, they are not actually. If you look at them closely, I'm sorry my camera doesn't zoom in apparently, but if you look at them closely, the loops of the chains around their necks are actually quite loose. They're not really tight. So the devil is telling these people that they are chained down and he has control over them. He's their jailer and they can't move without his consent. That's what the devil is saying, but it's not actually true. I mean, the devil is a trickster and he turns our eye into seeing the reality from a weird angle so that white doesn't seem white anymore and black doesn't seem black anymore. And we start doubting ourselves. We start doubting our own abilities. And we have this card in start position. So this is important. It is important for us to realize that we are being led astray, if you like. We are being fooled by the devil. We are being told that we can't when we actually can. So this is a heads up for the coming week. If we feel that there is an obstacle in our way this coming week, and that's kind of it, that's it, we can't do anything about it. That's not true. Yes, we can do something about it, and we absolutely should. And this devil is not necessarily another person. It is more than probably within ourselves. We are telling this to ourselves. Ties in with our second guessing here. And it can be that that we are limiting and restricting ourselves because of because we feel that we are dependent on something, that we are restricted by a thing. For example, I can't do this because I'm afraid of, public speaking, things like that. And while our fear of public speaking is true, that doesn't mean that we can't do the thing. It will be difficult for us, yes, but we can absolutely do it still. And it might be an important thing for us to do. So, that kind of, our mind is telling us that these are the facts, these restrictions in our life or within ourselves, in our personality, that these are, we can't do anything about them. Yeah, we can. And even if we can't change our fear of public speaking, that doesn't mean that we can't speak in public, that we couldn't actually go and do that. And recognizing these limitations we have built for ourselves in our own minds, that's pivotal. That's what we need to start doing. We need to start spotting the devil and what he is telling us, and then questioning if it is actually true or if we are being, in fact, tripped. Okay. And then continue 4 of Wands. Wands are about action and creativity. It's a fire element. And number 4 is about solid foundation, building a solid foundation. And looking at this picture, there's obviously a celebration going on. Could be a wedding or something. So everything is fine, everything is solid, everything is, set in its place. It's all good. And very simply, this card in continue position is telling us just that our foundation is solid. We have made it so. We have built the solid foundation for ourselves. And no matter what else goes on, no matter how dubious we feel about this choice we have to make, no matter how many restrictions we feel we have in our life, we can trust our foundation. We can trust the fact that we can take chances here. We can take a chance and make even a scary decision. And we can test our own limits and our own boundaries the way we ourselves have set them for us. We can absolutely do that because our foundation is solid. We are safe. Everything's fine. The basic things in our lives are solid and sound, and we can trust that. Also, we need to continue trusting the choices we have made earlier. and the actions we have taken earlier. We are on the right track, we are on the right course. And even if we have earlier made difficult decisions and decisions that have not been beneficial to us in the end, that have made our lives more difficult, then we've gone through them. We have managed them. So we are fine. We need to continue trusting this, trusting our past actions, and trusting that whatever we decide for the future, whatever we do in the future or during this coming week, we have a solid foundation. It's all good. We can test. No problem there. We can test our, limitations and boundaries, and we can choose to go in a totally new direction because our foundation is solid. Okay. I'll tilt the camera up now. Sorry. There you are. Trying to find a good angle. Sorry. There you are. Okay. My baby is actually she has fallen asleep. Platta has fallen asleep. She's under my table. She's so adorable. Sorry, I don't want to wake her up. So you probably won't be seeing her this time either. But never mind, you will see her sooner or later. Sorry. So we got stop, start, and continue. Very interesting. Actually, this is a really nice draw because of this card telling us that it's all okay. That whatever we decide, it's fine. Just, have courage. So these two might feel like a hindrance or a difficulty, bump on the road. But this card is saying that it's all good. Our foundation is solid enough for stuff like that. So even though this is the Major Arcana card, the important card, the big card here, and it is important for us to start recognizing these limitations we place on ourselves. It is very important. But still, somehow, this little Four of Wands is making it all okay. It's all, we are safe, no matter what. So in a funny way, this card is the one that is somehow most important in this draw. It's strange how that happens. That even though we have an actual Major Arcana card and a whopper at that, still this little pip card comes and trumps it somehow. Okay, I think that was that. That was a nice reading. Yeah, encouraging reading. I think so. That's cool. Okay, that was it. This reading is also written down in my blog, and you can find it there. And if you want to follow this series, you can very easily subscribe to my blog just by entering your email address, and then you will be notified whenever I post anything new. Or if you prefer watching videos, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel. There will be this little logo of mine, this tiny logo, that will appear on the lower right hand side corner of this video by the end of the video. And if you click that, then you can easily subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, this is a reading I do for my querents. So if you have an issue, any issue, either, generally about your life, or any specific issue where you feel you would benefit from a reading like this, then you can find this reading in my web shop. It's called Stop, Start, Continue reading, and you can place your order through there. Okay, but I think that was that. I'm sorry about the lack of puppy, visual puppy this week. But I hope I will see you next week and have a wonderful week. Hey, hey!